Charles F. Brush, Glen Oak, tonight on Academic Challenge.
Academic Challenge is brought to you by Westfield Insurance. And now, here's the host of Academic Challenge, Jason Nicholas.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jason Nicholas, and welcome to the start of our 47th season here on News Channel 5. Tonight, with these three teams, we begin the quest for our newest champion. During the next 27 weeks, we'll test the knowledge and speed of students representing schools from all around Northern Ohio. We award points for correct answers, and at the end of the season, the top three scoring teams will return for our championship showdown. But these points are very important for another reason. Westfield Insurance will grant $20,000 to the top 10 schools that compete this season on Academic Challenge. Now let's get started. Our opening match here. It is the lightning round. In this round, all three teams compete. We award 10 points for a correct answer. We subtract 10 points for an incorrect or no answer. We start each team tonight with 100 points. Here we go. Here is a good round for autograph hunters because all the questions here are about people who have signed things and documents that have been signed. Here we go. In 1963, he wrote and signed a letter from the Birmingham jail. Parma.
Martin Luther King.
That is right. This English king signed the Magna Carta, 1215. Parma.
John.
That is right. In 1945, on this battleship, the Japanese surrender was signed. Brush.
Missouri.
Missouri is correct. Illiterates usually sign documents with this letter. GlenOak.
X.
X is correct. John Carver was the first to sign this 1620 shipboard document. GlenOak.
Mayflower Compact.
That is right. In 1946, the Brooklyn Dodgers signed this first African-American. Charles Brush.
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson, right. In this Belgian city, they signed the peace treaty for Charles Brush.
Ghent.
For the War of 1812. Ghent is right. A collector paid $748,000 for President Lincoln's letter defending this 1863 proclamation. GlenOak.
Emancipation Proclamation.
The Emancipation Proclamation is right. He was the first man to sign the Declaration of Independence. Brush.
John Hancock.
Hancock is right. For our final lightning round question, let's go over to Greg Stefani from the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland.
The Federal Reserve System, which consists of the Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland, 11 other reserve banks, and the Board of Governors, is the central bank of the United States. The Federal Reserve Act was signed into law in 1913 by what 28th U.S. president, who later led the country during World War I?
Parma.
Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson is right, and that does it for our opening round. We'll come back, we'll meet the teams. Our premiere of Academic Challenge continues after this.
Just like anything can happen in the game you're about to watch, anything can happen in life. That's why there's Westfield Insurance.
Our employees and agency partners are here for you when the unexpected happens. Help put the pieces back together and give you peace of mind.
In addition to high school quiz shows, we support programs like teen driver safety and community involvement.
The bottom line is that we value what you value.
So thanks for tuning in. Now let's watch these sharp young minds compete in what's sure to be an exciting match.
Tonight's judge from Cuyahoga Community College is Clarence Johnson, professor of mathematics. Welcome back to Academic Challenge. Thanks so much for joining us. It's time now for our Mix It Up round here. The questions are worth 20 points. There's no penalty for an incorrect answer. If the team answers all 6 questions correctly, they'll receive those very important 25 bonus points. First, let's take some time. Learn about team number 1 from Parma. With over 1,700 students located in the heart of Parma, Parma Senior High School was built in 1953 and is the largest of the 3 high schools in the Parma City School District. Carries an excellent tradition of education. Offered to students are 13 AP courses, including studio art and European history, with 35 student clubs and a full slate of athletic teams. Parma offers students a wide range of extracurricular opportunities. Sheen is the captain of Parma. Sheen's on the NHS. Tell everyone at home a little bit more about you.
I'm also in the Spanish club, history club, and I would like to thank my families and friends for coming and supporting us today. Go Parma.
Go Parma. Thanks, Sheen. Over to William. William, you're involved in something called the Friends of Rachel. Tell us about that.
Well, it's an anti-bullying club that was formed when the Columbine shootings, when Rachel Joy Scott wrote.
All right, very
Or a
good.
diary.
Very good. William, thank you so much for coming in. Over to Tiffany. Tiffany, you're in the orchestra. Tell us more about you.
I'm in the orchestra, history club, and the Spanish club. And I would like to thank the Academic Challenge team coach, Mr. Meyercheck, our alternates, and our team for supporting us here.
All right. William, Sheen, Tiffany, guessing the school colors are red. Parma, here we go. You can celebrate National Silver Month by finding hidden here the name of what New England state? The 14th to join the Union.
Vermont.
Vermont is right. The word surrogate is a synonym for which of these? Surrogate.
Substitute.
Substitute is right. Instead of leasing a big city like Rio, rearrange these letters to name the U.S. Cabinet Department that oversees national parks and natural resources. U.S. Cabinet Department.
Oh, interior.
Interior is right. Here you see every other letter in the name of what large sea bird that nicknames the state of Louisiana?
Pelican.
Pelican is right. Arrange these states according to their population, smallest to largest.
South Dakota, North Carolina, and California.
That is right. 25 bonus points possible here. Parma, a Union Army major at Gettysburg, wrote these words after witnessing what doomed Confederate charge named for the general who ordered it.
Pickett.
25 bonus points for Parma. All done. Team 2 is Charles F. Brush, named after Charles F. Brush, the famed local inventor of the arc light. Brush is home to more than 1,300 students serving grades 9 to 12. Located in Lyndhurst, the school offers its students more than a dozen AP courses, including English literature, biology, and calculus. It's also home to a comprehensive offering of student clubs and organizations. Brush High School is part of the South Euclid Lyndhurst City school system. Eric is the captain of Brush. Eric, you play on the tennis team. Tell everyone at home more about Eric.
I'm also in Key Club and Environmental Club, and I'd like to thank our advisors, Mr. Crane and Mrs. Fear.
All right, very good. Over to Hassan. Hassan is a member of the book club. Tell us more about Hassan.
I'm also a member of the theater club, and I'd like to thank our reserves.
All right, very good. Over to Colin. Colin, you're the captain of the soccer team. Tell us more.
Yeah, I'm also on the baseball team and a member of the marching band, and I'd like to thank Westfield Insurance.
Okay, Hassan, Eric, Colin, Brush, these questions just for you. Let's start. You'll dig up 20 points here if you find here in the hidden name of what Asian country still divided into two hostile states and the site of a bitter war in the early 1950s.
Korea.
That is right. Which of these words best describe a person who is always doubting and questioning?
Skeptical.
That is right. The phrase here suggests timid drivers, but the letters can be rearranged to name what religious movement begun by Martin Luther in the 16th century?
Reformation.
Reformation is right. The name Leo is at the end of the name of what 16th, 17th century Italian scientist who did experiments at the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Galileo.
Galileo is right. Here we have three sites where Americans fought important battles. Arrange them chronologically, starting with the earliest.
Bunker Hill, Little Round Top, Midway.
Bunker Hill, Round Top, Midway, right. 25 bonus points possible here. Charles F. Brush. This surprising quote is from what Viennese doctor who studied neurosis as the father of psychoanalysis?
Freud.
25 bonus points for Brush. Gentlemen, nicely done. Finally tonight, Glen Oak, with over 1,700 students and located in Northeast Canton, Glen Oak High School is a comprehensive school serving Plain Township and surrounding communities. In addition to many AP and dual credit classes, Glen Oak also features courses in engineering tech, health tech, horticulture, and office management. Glen Oak places a strong emphasis on the performing and instrumental arts, featuring several bands, choirs, and drama classes. Colin is the captain of Glen Oak. Colin's a member of the National Honor Society.
Hi, I'm Colin. I run track and cross country, and I would like to thank Mr. Brown, our advisor.
Very good, Colin. Over to Kyle. Kyle, also a member of NHS.
I'm Kyle. I'm a golfer, and I swim. And I'd like to thank our alternates, Nick Galena and Christian McCartney, for coming out and supporting us.
Terrific. Finally, over to Paige. Paige is in the World Language Club. Tell us more about Paige.
Yes, I also participate in National History Day, and I'd like to thank all of the people that came out to support us today.
So would we. Nice crowd here on the corner of East 30th and Euclid. Kyle, Colin, Paige, Glen Oak, these questions are for you. You can reshape your score by 20 points here if you find hidden the name of what winged horse from Greek mythology?
Pegasus.
It is right. A person who wants revenge can be best described by which of these words?
Vindictive.
You got it. Run with this anagram. Rearrange the letters to name what subatomic particle, which along with the proton, makes up the nucleus of an atom.
Neutron.
That is right. All the consonants are missing here from the term for what kind of mythical creature? Half man, half horse.
Centaur.
That is right. These three people made news, but in different ways. Arrange them chronologically, starting with the earliest.
Mendel, Antoinette, Zedong.
No, it's Antoinette, Mendel, and Mao Zedong. Tough one there, though. Final question, Glen Oak. This was Lord Acton's sad comment about what Renaissance Italian who wrote the very cynical political work called The Prince.
Machiavelli.
Machiavelli is right. Well done, Glen Oak. Wow. Only one question missed in that entire round. 3 good schools. We'll continue right after this.
Novak of Novak Insurance, a Westfield agency partner, bringing you the Sharing Knowledge, Building Trust question of the week. What is a common way that car owners unknowingly cause their car insurance costs to increase?
For the answer and a chance to win an iPad mini, visit westfieldinsurance.com/academic challenge.
Welcome back to Academic Challenge. Before we begin our next round, let's recap the score so far tonight. Third place, 230 points, Glen Oak. Second place, 275, Parma. So far in the lead tonight, 285, Charles F. Brush. Still very early, though. Now it is time for the picture-perfect round. Each correct answer here, 10 points, but a wrong or no answer will cost 10 points. All three teams are playing here, so hands on your buzzers, eyes on the monitor. Here we go. This is an elaborate illustration from a 14th century edition of what holy book of Islam? Glen Oak.
Quran.
Is right. The long, curly wig here is being worn by England's King William III, a member of what Dutch dynasty with the same name as a brush?
Orange.
As a citrus fruit. Orange is right. Well done. During the Civil War, a northern magazine published this cartoon of a donkey, which turned upside down is the face of what president of the Confederacy? Brush.
Jefferson Davis.
That is correct. This expression equals X to what power?
X to the 3rd power.
Parma, X to the 3rd is right. Almost all types of watermelon in the U.S. are botanical descendants of a variety named for
seedless.
Named for what oldest South Carolina city? Charleston is the right response there. The red square on this chart covers what metallic element that can float on brush?
Lithium.
Float on water, lightest, least dense of all metals. Symbol is Li. Lithium is right. Good job there. This is the gold nugget that James Marshall found at what California mill in 1848, Brush?
Sutter's Mill.
Sutter's Mill is right. The audience at a recent orchestra concert, as this issue of Cleveland Magazine features, might need to protect their hearing if the sound level, measured in what unit, becomes too great, Glen Oak?
Decibels.
Decibels, correct. Well done. Great round there. That's the end of it. Be back with more Academic Challenge right after this. Let's welcome our team advisors tonight from Charles F. Brush, Nick Crane from Glen Oak, Matthew Brown from Parma, Don Meyercheck. Time to get back underway now with hot picks. One at a time, I'll ask each team 8 questions. The correct responses were 20 points. No penalty here for a wrong answer, so guess away. Any team going 8 for 8 will get those very important 25 bonus points. First up, Team 1, Parma. To pick your questions, we go over to Eric from Brush. Eric, 1, 2, 3, or 4 for Parma.
4, please.
Envelope number 4 for the folks from Parma. You guys ready? Here we go. In William Faulkner's story, The Bear, the quarry is pursued by a dog with what name that identifies the proverbial king of beasts?
Minotaur.
Oh, the lion. In 2005, 2 possible new moons were discovered orbiting Pluto thanks to what space telescope launched in 1990?
Hubble.
Hubble is right. A psychiatrist might diagnose a case of arrested development in James M. Barrie's story about what boy who refused to grow up?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. To the monitor for your science question here. Which of these men, famous as a discoverer of oxygen, also discovered nitrous oxide?
Sagan.
Priestley is the right answer. The price of chocolate may have been affected by the fact that cocoa beans were used as currency by what Mexican Indians ruled by Montezuma?
Aztecs.
Aztec is right. 250,000 copies are sold each year of what 1951 J.D. Salinger novel featuring Holden Caulfield?
The Catcher in the Rye.
That is right. To the monitor your math question. Solve this here for X.
6.
X equals 6, correct. The first presidential election in which women could vote was won by, in 1920 by what Ohio Republican who became our 29th president?
Harding.
Warren Harding is right. Well done there, Parma. A couple of tough questions there from envelope number 4. All right, moving on now. Team number 2 is Charles F. Brush. We go to our friend Colin from Glen Oak. Colin, what will it be, 1, 2, or 3?
3.
Envelope number 3 for Charles F. Brush. Gentlemen, let's start. You may spend a sleepless night if you read Stephen King's scary novel, whose title is what one-word synonym for sleeplessness?
Insomnia?
Insomnia is right, although California is the country's leading grower of produce. About 1/4 of California is what sort of arid land area, like the Mojave?
Desert.
Desert is right. In 1892, the founder of the French Astronomical Society said that a race of superior beings probably inhabited what planet between Earth and Jupiter?
Mars.
Mars is right. To the monitor your science question, which of these fabrics is not natural, but a thread prepared by the means of a chemical process?
What? Rayon?
Rayon is correct. Since most of the German mercenaries hired to fight in the American Revolution came from a single small principality, the colonists gave them what name?
Hessians.
Hessians, correct. Oceanographer Jacques Cousteau described as his shipboard Bible the novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by what French author?
Jules Verne.
Jules Verne is right. To the monitor for your math question. What is X here?
9.
X equals 9. 25 bonus points here. Charles F. Brush, if you get it right. East met West in 1860 when Japan opened its first embassy in the U.S. during the administration of what 15th president?
Buchanan.
25 bonus points. Way to go. Well done. Finally tonight, we go to Glen Oak, but we go back to Sheen from Parma. Sheen, what'll it be, 1 or 2?
2.
Envelope number 2. Didn't get down to envelope number 1. Maybe next game. Glen Oak, these questions just for you. Not all bills are unwelcome. Americans depend on what bill that includes the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
Bill of Rights.
That is right. Before the availability of audiobooks, blind people were able to read using what raised dot system named for the Frenchman who had created it?
Braille.
Braille is right. Had there been a UN during the Peloponnesian War, it might have been mediated between Athens and what militaristic city-states?
Sparta.
Sparta's right. To the monitor your science question. Glycerin, an important industrial chemical, is a byproduct in the manufacture of which of these?
Soap.
Soap is right. Among the ruling dynasties deposed after the First World War were Germans Hohenzollerners and what royal family of Austria?
Ferdinand.
The Habsburgs. Though there were earlier silent film portrayals, Seymour Hicks was the first talking actor to portray what miser in A Christmas Carol by Dickens?
Scrooge.
Scrooge is right. To the monitor your math question. What is X? Number of degrees.
50 degrees.
X equals 50, correct. The only Speaker of the House who ever made it to the White House was what 11th president? A man born in North Carolina.
Polk.
James K. Polk. Well done, Glen Oak. And that does it for that round. We're back. Our grab bag round is up. Relatively close match. Anything can happen. Season premiere of AC.
For complete information about everything academic, visit us online at newsnet5.com/academic challenge.
Welcome back to Academic Challenge. Thanks for watching us tonight. Before we recap our scores so far, we're going to take a look at our grab bag round in a moment. First off, 390 is Glen Oak, third place. Second place, Parma, 395. And Charles F. Brush in the lead heading into the grab bag round at 510. Still a lot can happen, though. Now it is the grab bag round. It's a free-for-all. Each correct answer, 20 points, but the team will lose 20 points for a wrong or no answer. Also, some visual questions here. Those are plus or minus 30. Again, this is for all three teams, so hands on your buzzers. Our grab bag round begins now. Wearing of the green is popular on St. Patrick's Day, as is the wearing of what triple leaf green plant that is Ireland's Glen Oak?
Shamrock.
Shamrock is right. In the Crimean War, wounded British soldiers had reason to be grateful to what woman who had become brush?
Nightingale.
Nightingale is right. The biggest tourist attraction in Austin, Minnesota is a museum dedicated to what meat product with the same name as unwanted Parma?
Bacon.
Unwanted email spam is the right response. Here you see written in Japanese characters the name of what island on which Tokyo is located? Parma?
Japan.
Honshu. A secant of a circle is a line that intersects the circle at how many points? Glen Oak.
2.
2 is right. June is the most popular month for weddings. Second is what month? That includes the autumnal equinox. Parma.
September.
September is right. Stephen Dixon once wrote a book with the shortest possible title. What one letter, that's the pronoun for the first person singular? Brush.
I.
I is right. All right, to the monitor, this was a description of Luang Prabang, a city that preceded Vientiane as the capital of what Southeast Asian country? Brush.
Laos.
Is right. Choice. Which of the following refers to a non-ideal gas? Charles' law, Van der Waals law, or Boyle's law? Brush.
Van der Waals law.
That is right. One 1970s music critic declared that the Beatles were the greatest composers since what early 19th century German who wrote 9 symphonies? Parma.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is right. During World War I, British success against the Turks was primarily due to what British adventurer who wrote the 7 Pillars of Wisdom? Glen Oak.
Lawrence of Arabia.
That is right. To the monitor here. Pancho Villa, the third man from the right, was pursued by what U.S. general, later commander-in-chief of the American Expeditionary Force in World War I? Brush?
Pershing.
Pershing is right. In 1629, the sculptor Bernini was appointed architect of St. Peter's in Rome by what pope whose name suggests cities? Brush.
Urban.
Urban is right. You can see some glowing exhibits at the National Atomic Museum located near what largest New Mexico city? Brush.
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, right. According to legend, it was not an elephant, but a lion that never forgot what slave who had removed a thorn from its paw? Brush.
David.
Daniel.
Androcles. Religion and art spring from the same root, according to what American novelist who wrote Death Comes for the Archbishop? Anybody know this one? Cather. The side cover of a book that protects the bound edge is described with what word? Brush.
Spine.
Spine is right. For centuries, a community of monks was a feature of what same French port from which 300,000 Allied troops were rescued in 1940? Looking for Dunkirk. One very rare Anglo-Saxon coin shaped like a 4-leaf clover. I can't finish the question. The buzzer means the game is over. Let's take a look at our final scores tonight. Third place, 385 points, Parma. Second place, impressive, 450, Glen Oak. But our winner tonight with a very impressive 670 points, Charles F. Brush. Congratulations, gentlemen. Join us next week as we feature teams from Lake Catholic, Marlington, and Talmadge. I'm Jason Nicholas. We'll see you next week for another edition of Academic Challenge. Good night, everybody.
Academic Challenge has been brought to you by Westfield Insurance.